Oh, that would have been bad. Guys, I'm just gonna play real quick.
Free coaching.
I've done that. I was doing that a little bit with the basic coaching ones, but then it just got away from me. And it was me telling Rhino repeatedly to stop pummeling everybody. Okay, so I'm gonna go over Pit. I've gone over this before, so I'm not gonna go over like how to hold this and whatnot and what to push, but I am gonna go over. So you said that you're having a hard time when you're having fights, like thinking about what to be doing. Is that
Yeah,
or like what to do next?
Yeah, it's kind of like in the middle of the fight, I kind of struggle to figure out what to do next and to recognize like my advantage or disadvantage state, basically.
Okay, so the coaching that I'm trying to provide, I'm trying to help you with, is to get like a basic understanding of what like a game plan for each of the maps and like what you're trying to do. I'm gonna drop a little psychology on you. There are two forms of thinking, and when I say thinking, I mean what the brain is telling the body to do. Like the brain sending electrical currents to have different things happen, right? There's active thinking and then there's passive thinking. Active thinking being I'm talking, I'm moving my fingers, I'm gonna grab my hat, I'm putting it on. You actively thinking about what to do, right? Passive thinking is your brain sending those signals without you having to tell it. So like blinking, breathing, your heart rate, your digestive tract, things like that are happening. But sometimes you can have an active thinking, or you have a passive thinking become an active thinking, and sometimes you can have active thinking become passive. So like if I have a reflex, like someone throws a baseball at my face and I just have a reflex to grab it, that usually would be an active thought of trying to grab it, but it becomes passive because it becomes more of a reflex. So the more you practice movements and practice behaviors and the active thinking, it can become passive thinking. At the same time, passive thinking, you can also have it become active, like if you control your heart rate or your. So things in Halo that I would consider to, like for myself, to be passive are strafing. Some of the routes that I take, like when I don't think about, like I'm just flying at an objective, but most of the time it's like strafing. And a lot of times I see guys who are like trying to over strafe or over aim, and you're wasting your thought process that could be on where's the enemy positioned at, or how many shots am I down, or what objective are we playing for, in different movements like your strafe. What I want you to work on is on these maps what your objective is and your pushing and your positioning, so that you stop having to think about like where you're going. So like on this map, when I play Pit or Empyrean, I almost always am going to push through green hall or long hall with the objective of killing people, pushing these lanes out and getting to a position like this green box or this long hall. And that's a very passive thing for me. I just off spawn, I'm flying over here. So if I spawn in closet, I'm running long hall. If I spawn flag, I'm running towards green box, maybe a long hall. If I spawn down in sniper, I'm usually going to run up to training towards their side. And that, because I've done it so many times, is just my passive way of playing. That's just where I'm going. I'm trying to shoot people, and the only time I start to react is if I'm getting shot off spawn, or my teammates are like, hey, we need help getting off of spawns. Then I'm going to start looking for people. But for the most part, I want you to start looking at the routes that you're taking and fights that you're taking, and try to not have to actively think about in that fight. Like if you're in fights and you're one-on-one with people and you're like, oh, I got to strafe here and I got to hit these shots, and you're trying to overthink those, like you're not listening to other call outs, and you're way too into that fight that you're not able to absorb what else is going on around you. I feel like I'm rambling now. Does that sort of make sense?
Yeah, no, that might make sense. I kind of feel like I might just be head casing a little too hard on this whole be aggressive thing, and I'm trying to think about it too much as opposed to just thinking about be aggressive in the sense of where my push path is.
Yeah. So the be aggressive part is because a lot of times what I see you doing specifically is you're overthinking like when to push and where to push, like when we just need to push. And a very simple way to play Halo, like APG used to play Halo, is just hold forward and just keep shooting. and you literally spawn in and you just keep running and you just shoot everything on your screen, and you just keep doing that until your team is able to push up and also score objectives. A really, really simple way to play Halo is just play for the objective and just keep pushing forward. You play to long haul, play to needler, just keep shooting people. Your team should be able to do their thing and push out, and then grab the flag, keep shooting people, and then keep running it back, okay?
Yep.
So when you play on maps, I want you to start realizing the routes that you're taking and try to go, okay, when I push to these places, it works out for me or it doesn't work out for me. When I play Pit, like I said before, I'm pushing green haul and long haul over and over again. That's just where I'm going, because it's going to create weaknesses. Now, when I get to the other side, when I get here, then I have to take a decision of like, what am I trying to do here? And this is where I've said Halo is kind of like a building blocks. The first block that I'm trying to put down is the foundation. It's the very first block, and the first block is I'm going to push out to green haul. Then when I get here, depending upon where my team is, how many people were up or down, what power weapons are in play, what the score is, what the time is how aggressive I'm going to be from here. If it's the beginning of the game and I've got people pushing up, I'm going to probably put my back up against this wall and try to help my team push out another lane. I'm going to look over towards sword and see if there's anybody over here who needs help. I'm going to be listening to calls. If someone says I got someone weak on their training, I'm going to be able to push over here. I also need to be able to think about what lines of sight are available to me. So like when I come out to here and I get onto their green, if they've got someone their tower can't shoot me if I'm standing here. Tower can shoot me if I'm standing here. Tower can shoot me if I'm standing here. Tower can't shoot me if I'm standing in this 90. So you start to make those decisions on positioning when you start to like listen to the call out to people and start recognizing lines of sight and how you can help someone else push out their lane. Sorry, I got a 9. So I want you to, I don't want to overcomplicate things. I want to preach, play for the position, play for the pick, and play the objective. Playing the position doesn't necessarily mean you're only coming over here to this green hall. Playing the position means I'm like, if I spawn in this closet, I have to decide how I'm going to play this position here. Is it, am I pushing out a lane? Am I preventing them from pushing out a lane? Can I help a teammate? Those are the thoughts that are going through my head. And then if we're pinned down, like, okay, I got to play this position. This is the position I've been dealt. I have to play this one. We got to help a teammate. So I'm listening for callouts. Is there somebody on green box? Is there somebody on long haul? If that's not the case, then I need to get into a position that I can help someone, maybe on training or maybe on sword. I can peek out over here and look towards training. I can go down cuts and peek out towards sword. I also might make the decision from playing my position that if they're not on this side of the map, if they're not on our second, they're not on our green, maybe I need to push this out so I have a new position to play towards, and we're still trying to get that first pick, realizing that they're over here on sword. Once I get that pick, that opens up a whole new box of options for me, because now I have more mobility to move. I have more freedom to be able to move around the map. And that's what I want. I want you to have that in your head. Play for the position, play for the pick, and play for the objective. But you should always be playing towards that objective. So when in doubt, start pushing over towards their side and put shots into people. Don't get too far ahead of them. That's why we talk about the grids. We've got this lane back on our side. Then you've got the middle of the map kind of grid area, and then you've got their side. If we get too far on their side where I don't have help, then I'm not helping my team and they can't help me. I need to come back to them, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So let's see how this plays out. Let's see what we're doing here.
Demolition radius was.
Oh man, we're not playing for the Rockets there. On him, we're looking for a teammate here. Okay. Okay, yeah, here we go. It dies. Huge because you got rockets. Okay, so let's talk about some of the positioning there. The decisions going through your head. Game. We're trying to play for this opening here. What's going through my head is you see one guy there. You're throwing this grenade when you're out in the open. So we need to throw that grenade beforehand, like when we're jumping up over here. So like we need to be ready for that fight when we're out there instead of being out in the open exposed. You took a lot of damage here for not a whole lot of reasons. So like when we're jumping over here, either throw the grenade before. That one might be a little early, but like right when you get here, we throw that grenade and we're trying to land them about that vending machine, preferably on the pillar. And again, what that's trying to do, and this is where you need to figure out what you're trying to do. If you're trying to be super aggressive, I want that grenade to land super aggressively right here, so that if this guy's standing there, he takes damage. What you're not going to throw that grenade at then is the guy back here. If someone challenges you from the back wall, you're not going to hit that grenade, so you're going to have to fight that guy. So the two guys that you're going to fight in this situation are either going to be the guy who's pressed up really forward, or the guy who's going to be tucked back. You can throw a grenade to hurt one of them, pick which one you want to shoot at, or throw the grenade at, and then be prepared to shoot the other one. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So imagine there's two guys there. You throw the first grenade, and if it's going to land short, you're either going to clean that guy up if he's standing on it, or if he chose to be the back guy, then you're have to 1v1 that guy. And we're not going to over challenge that. We're just going to keep him back, and we're going to call it out to our team, and hopefully the team can then push out another lane. What you're about to see is you're going to have two guys here. If you got two guys there and you're 1v2ing, that means someone else on your team they're not fighting somebody. So they should be able to push that lane out. So then what you're trying to do is prevent them from pushing forward without you taking a lot of damage, so that your team can get wrapped around there. You don't have to fight everybody by yourself. So the first thing is, let's not throw the grenades out, when we're there. You're already behind this fight. So you're behind this fight when you jumped out. You're behind this fight when you throw that grenade. Now we got to re-earn that space. You're also bouncing off this back wall, and just so if that guy's not going to throw the grenade short, he's going to probably just throw it against the back wall, and it's just an easy nade for you. So like at this point, you probably lost this fight. Let's re-wrap around to a different position. Like maybe let's look at long and push this out, or maybe let's wrap training. This is why we have lanes in the game that we can push out. This one is a losing fight. Let's wrap around over here. Take the fight a different way. And then he dies. Right there, that's a good grenade. You're trying to push that guy back, and I'm glad that you tried to go back the other way. And you end up winning. Oh, you lose this fight, sorry. Those are the thoughts going through my head. Like that's a fight there, that's a battle. How are we gonna handle this fight here? And you got to start thinking about it like in terms of shots. Like if they put the first shot into you before you fired, you're down a shot. Like you have to hit them perfectly and have them miss one. Like let's just reroute. Let's get to a different fight there. Prevent them from getting into the rockets. You can throw like a short grenade to like maybe if they push it, or throw a grenade where that grenade that you threw. But we gotta find something else to do other than body checking that.
Right.
This decision, so this one here, I know I've told you to go long or green the whole game. When you spawn on this side of the map though, like that run across over there is not, you're giving them time to be able to push over. So what I need you to do then instead is go training. Like this is a safe spot. I like this spot. It's not doing anything negative. The reason I'm saying don't go sword is because if you're peeking out this side of sword, you're standing right here with the sniper, you're pretty much blocking this spawn here, which is what I don't want you to do.
Okay, yeah.
But you can go training. This is a nice route to go. And again, trying to think about lines of sight. If someone calls out that that the guy's on there first, we just need to be aware that this little tunnel here, he's gonna be able to shoot at us from. Tower, you're completely open to that one. Flat, you're completely open to that one. But if they're on their green, or if they're on their second, dropping down onto this stair here, you get this nice angle on everybody, and you have a lot of options here. We can shoot straight on to them. You can shoot their plat. You can drop down underneath, and you can go the underneath. You can go their tower. You have a lot of options here to like wrap around, but you're opting to do this slow route over here. Just to back up your guy with rockets. So I want you to the closest lane you're at, I want you to push that out. I want you to go with the fight, go with your team, and push out that way. Keep the pressure up. And even right here, so then there's two situations happening here. One, when your guy died here, I need you to not be pushing. You're going to be the last line of defense here. So we need to be able to play this position so that they can't push up. Their rockets are down. You picked them up. I'm glad. You need to get rid of these rockets. You just need to start firing these. Don't let them have these rockets. So this should be your second rocket that you're firing. The first one you should have fired like into the wall there in case they're pushing, and then jump out and shoot the last one.
There's only one rocket in the chamber right now. That's why.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah, so yeah, that was why I did that, because I felt like if I just crouched there, I was gonna get naded out, and then they were gonna get the rockets.
100%. You don't want them to have the rockets. So now, as we're looking at this, you know there's a guy there green, and there's a guy neither who just pushed you out. So wherever you spawn, we need to either push them back or get space for our team. You're gonna spawn their court, and I want you to push out to. Oh, that's a wild spawn. Too aggressive there, though. So this is part of that playing the position. Spawn in here. Let's not overexpose. So you get this spawn here. Let's not overexpose ourselves. So there's a couple things that we can do here. One, you can see that you got a teammate up on sword. Hopefully he's gonna turn around here and help you guys. It doesn't seem like he's gonna do that though. So what are other things that we could do here to play this position?
Well, I mean, looking at this now, our teammate died on the left, so I could just go up our stairs at the back and look towards our
That's
closet
one.
area, neither hall, or I could look towards our sniper because that's completely open.
It's one.
Or I can even just go on the stairs and look across to like our training and stuff. I don't have to leave our base area.
Anybody else got an idea? What's the objective of this game?
Capture the flag.
Yep. So what's the enemy team trying to do?
Capture our flag.
And you got somebody dead. So any way that you push out on here, like any way. Oh my. If we push out towards our tower, there's a long way for us to get up on top of here, and I don't know if those guys are there yet. But even if you go up here, you're gonna have to turn around and fight these guys. If you go up towards your first, you're gonna have to fight these guys. We could also take the fight just inside our flag. You spawned here. If they drop down in here, you can at least get a kill, if not make one shot, and he can't run that flag very easily as your other teammates are spawning in. So there is the potential that you could rat here for just a second, because you got this spawn. They're gonna have to come in here. Your teammates aren't gonna spawn on you if they're pushing in here, but you can stay alive here, play your life the best that you can, grab the pistol, get into a corner, make it super hard for them to be able to kill you. But this is one of those times where we could just play our life here and let our team do something for us.
Yeah.
And I think he is coming back. Great. If you're just in this corner right here and we're looking back towards our first, I like your idea of coming back and helping him too. But there's other things you can do. What I don't want you to do is just jump up on this on plat. This exposes you to so many different angles. So like the three things you can do is run up towards closet, run over to cuts towards tower, or just stay on the flag. And this is one of those moments where I'm like, okay, maybe you just play your life here, wait for them to get a pick, and as soon as you get that pick, then let's fly. Let's go. That guy be coming in there, you kill him, or you make him one shot.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot of good options when you're in that position, but I just want you to like think about maybe that one right there. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, I just need to shoot the flag guy there.
There's an order of operations here that you need to do. The first thing is we need to get over, if we're gonna make this run right here from like this closet spawn. This is why this is the spawn that I tell everybody like you don't want the enemy to have, because you can shoot them through the hallway. So if you jump up here, you should be able to kill this guy before he gets it over there. There's unless he's super good at running the flag and he hits the slide, you're gonna kill this guy. Kill this guy first, then you have to kill this guy Pit, and then you push over. Because if you don't kill this guy Pit, one, he's gonna be able to run this flag. Two, if he kills you and this flag gets returned, he's gonna be on the counter cap. So we need to be worried about the flag guy first.
Yep.
Shooting him, and then shoot this guy plat. This guy down here does need to die, and he needs to be a priority, but first you need to kill the flag guy.
We have eyes on the enemy flag.
And he's playing that perfectly because you're so distracted by that. That's how that should be played by him.
Flag returned.
Up here, go green. There's also just a readiness to who you're gonna be challenging when you're coming down these lanes, like just being ready for those types of fights, engagements.
Flag returned.
See, like even right here, I want, and this is a little thing I want you to be aware of. Two things I need you to do. One, I need you to pick a side to run on. Make yourself small. So either pick you're running against the left side here, or you're running against the right side. And then I want you to pick an angle to look at, and I want it to be the opposite way of where you're at. So if you're on this right wall, I want you to look here to the left. If you're on this left wall, I want you to look over here to the right, because I want you to be able to cut off these angles and be ready for a fight. Like, no one's gonna pop out of this wall right in front of you. Just be running up here, ready for these. I like to go on the right side because I don't care about tower. I want to fight people who are gonna be over on this closet side. So I'm running on the right side. I'm looking at the left. And then if there's no one in the closet, if I'm gonna challenge on their second, I'm full sending against this wall over here because I want to cut the angles off. I need you to be aware of the angles that you're challenging here. So being ready for the fight. One, let's pick a side, and two, let's pick a different angle to look at. Being ready for that fight, because if someone jumps out right now, you have to correct the aim. And right now, if someone jumps out on the left, like you have to aim left and you have to aim up. And how I try to train my brain here is thinking about each of those movements as a different shot that's going to be fired at me. And if I have two movements to do before I can shoot and they're shooting me, I'm 2 shots down.
Right. Yeah.
Power items in transit.
See, like how you're taking that fight right there. Let's go. You're against one wall. You look towards that angle. Let's play for these rockets.
M41 spec must be used with care. Your power items are ready for pickup. Please remain calm.
You have a teammate there. What should we be doing?
Move up.
Yep. And what else should we do? You don't kill your teammate.
Switch to the bandit.
Yeah, pull out the bandit. With these rockets, you should be in that flag with them. And now where should you be running with these rockets?
I can
Or what
run
should-
back to.
Sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, this is one of those moments where I was a bit confused because our teammate's blocking sword and I'm
Yep.
in closet.
So what can we do to play our position?
So I was thinking they might be spawning bottom sword or something.
Okay. So that's something. What can we do in a moment like this? If we're gonna play our position. Did that teammate not grab the flag? Oh, he's in the. So like in a moment like this, you recognize right now that they could potentially
Wait, did he
have.
spawn there?
He did. So right now you recognize, like, your brain is telling you, I'm confused as to what to do with this rocket because there's a guy down in sniper. Because normally, if that guy wasn't there in sniper, what are you doing with these rockets? You just got these kills in the closet or in Needler. Your guys on the flag. Where are we pushing with these rockets?
Towards green box.
No, we're gonna push towards tower. Where are they gonna spawn at? If the guy, take the guy on sniper away right now and rerun that same play. You push through green. You got to kill Needler. You got to kill on their flag. And now you're in this position. Where are they gonna spawn at?
If our teammate's not there, then I'm assuming they're spawning sniper court.
Yes, and I want you to push with these rockets to their spawn to keep them on a rolling spawn. So this is a time where you would go to sniper. However, there's a guy blocking it, and your brain right now is telling you, I'm confused now because he's there. So what should you do? What can we take control of right now?
Middle of the map.
That's a long way to run. So like, what in proximity to you take control of?
Just the route that the flag runner is going to be taking, so just towards Needler Hall.
Towards Needler, closet is what I want you to see.
Yeah.
When you're playing a game with this many different variables, if we can start to control some of those variables, we can start to see some clarity in what's going on. And so in this kind of a position, if I've got two people dead, I got a guy on the snipe tower, and I've got rockets, and I'm like, well, shit, where am I supposed to go? Like, I don't want to fly over there. I'm gonna control their closet, and I'm gonna say I'm gonna own this space. And if I turn around right now, I would see that there's a guy here and be able to rocket him and be able to help my teammate run this flag back.
Yeah.
This is where running matchmaking can be confusing, because if you've got teams who aren't playing the way that you normally play, you're gonna have to change up your play style. If you're running with a team like when I'm telling you guys how to play it, and I'm saying, hey, we're not gonna push snipe tower, so we leave that spawn open, this play works out perfectly, and you know where to go with that. But now on your screen, you see that guy there, and you're like, shoot, what do I do? And in those kind of moments, I need you to just kind of take a breath and own the space around you. And the space around you is closet and they're first. So grab the rockets, tell your teammate to grab the flag, and you guys are going to run this back towards Needler. You're not going to know that guy's there just yet, but he's going to make it apparent, and you're going to kill him. And that and not having that thought of like, I'm going to run like to the middle of the map, like we're already up here, let's do something with it. Have your guy run it back. He should be able to run that flag back if you guys have people dead. If he can't, then I don't know how he's in your rank.
Enemy flags in.
Oh, you heard that too.
Performing in
All right.
optimal range. Your power
You called it. Put the rockets away.
that is a skill to be able to have, to recognize like, when should I put the power weapon away. Even with sniper, if you've got a teammate who's there, sometimes you just need to pull out your bandit and team shot with them, and then keep that for another engagement. But that, I just want you to, like, as you start to look at your gameplay and you start to try to like iron things out, you're gonna have these moments where you're like, I just feel lost. And those are great moments to be able to go back and go, what should I have done here? And those kind of moments, like live in a game, I'm gonna tell you, maybe you need to slow it down and get control of some of those variables. I don't know where they're spawning at, but I know if I stand right here, they can't spawn on me. And God help me if someone spawns right on you and backsmacks you, I would cry. But like, you can't control that. So let's try to control it. Let's try to block that. And then let's let some things develop. You got two people dead. Your team's pushing up. You guys should easily be able to figure out where those other two guys are at and start pushing this out. And that's what I want you to be able to see from there.
Yep.
Even here, you see where your reticle is at?
Yeah, I'm not ready for anything.
We need to be ready for these fights, and this is where, you know, if you run the maps, even for like 5 minutes before you get on, just pick a map a day, run that map, or even in game, just start being aware of what angles you're gonna jump at it. Be ready for this fight, ready for the training fight, ready for the sword fight, because you've already got a guy on your first, he's not, or second, he's not fighting.
Yeah.
You just spawned in, you're 3 shots down, and you're out in the middle of nowhere. And this is where, you're just gonna have this repeating in your head, like, I suck, taking way too much damage. I'm challenging that guy for some reason. Then we're gonna try to psychoanalyze, like, what should you have done? Should you have done, you know, should you have sat in your bottom needler? Should you have, you know, pushed back to him? Like, what should you have done? But the real reason, you should have jumped up ready for that fight.
Yeah.
Like right there. You jump up, you're ready for that fight, let's go. You turn that corner, you're not ready for that fight, and you take a nade to the face.
Yep.
Ooh, catch up spawn! Catch up spawn! Man, we got a catch up spawn, we're not gonna be able to do anything with it. And that,
The enemy
I don't know, hindsight's 2020 here.
We have.
Okay, we're gonna make the most of it right here,
The
though.
enemy flag carrier.
No, see, this is.
Yeah. I don't even know. Yeah.
Your mind needs to be towards it. We gotta play towards the objective, and we gotta. That guy. So you're recognizing this guy as a threat. You're not wrong, but you can do more than just fight this guy. Cut the angles off. He's got to run at you. Like, so stay back, drop down here, push forward. Literally anything else but fighting this guy. Your teammate's there to clean it up. I mean, it looks like a good play because of that. I want you to, like, mentally, you need to be playing towards that objective. Even if you have a bandit out, you still shoot your teammate.
No one's safe.
Let's go.
Our forces have seized.
All right, there's a moment right there too. So this is what a good play is gonna look like. You guys are gonna peek in here. You guys are steamrolling. I love that you're still clearing these back angles to make sure no one's back here. We get in there. He's not shooting right now. What do? We need to get into a fight. We need to help clear some space for this guy. He's not shooting at anybody, so there's nobody back there cuts or their S1 right now. Where should you be going? Anybody else have an answer?
Back towards Needler Hall. To look across snipe.
I would maybe go like Needler Pit.
Needler Pit, Platt. Literally anywhere over here. We're gonna be looking for those guys who are gonna be spawning over in their court. You're trying to get that angle over there to help back them down. They're gonna probably be their sword looking at you. They're down here in this little the courtyard area, or lifting up on their S2.
Yeah, I guess I just wasn't looking for the spawners yet. I knew we killed 3, and I was just looking for the 4th guy. He might be down here or something.
Yep. And I want you to recognize when your teammate's not shooting there, we've got an opportunity to run this flag. So let's start looking for those next spawners, and so you need to be like quicker there. Like this is where that timing comes in.
What's up?
Please
hey,
your
Jason.
power items.
You get there eventually. I love it. Just stay alive. Just stay alive. Just stay alive.
You are exposed, Spartan.
All right, we got the flag cap there. Do you hear me when I say stay alive there? Do you know why?
Yeah, because they're all gonna be looking at the flag like the enemy team.
Yeah, we don't need to desperate that. And when we're playing the objective, we need to be playing in a way that we're not trying to force every cap, not trying to force every point. If we're playing desperate Halo the entire time, either we're at the skill cap that we're gonna be at, or we're not playing efficiently. And so we gotta play off of our teammates there. They're not on the return. There's plenty of time there. Let's get our shields back and let's play this the right way. Get the pick, get over to it, and then start running it. We don't need to desperate that in that kind of a situation. Nice. Make sure everybody doesn't see that you have your walls on. Love it.
Yep.
Oh no. Okay, Chris, run right here.
I didn't mean to drop my bandit.
Powerful munitions en route.
That's a moment we're doing a little bit too much there, but I want to give you a different idea. I love that you're I love that you're pushing out a lane. Your team is on the other side of the map. So what's a different lane that we could push out first?
Green, so that I'm not on the weak flank.
Yes. But I love that you're still challenging those guys. So I want you to see this. If you go up to green, this fight right here that's going to happen, you can take this angle here, and they're at a disadvantage because you've got so much cover that you can go over towards training, or you could go chill here, or just turn around and go back towards your side. So that's where I want you to see that your team's on the other side of the map. So let's go towards green. Let's stay close in a lane to them, but let's keep pushing out. I love the thought of pushing it out. Just the wrong lane. And the other thing, like, long haul is hard because there's like, you're dedicated to it. Like, once you're in it, you are in it. You can either push forward and kill everybody, or you can run backwards and hope not to die. Those are your two choices.
Yeah, that's true.
And in green, you at least have a little bit of cover there. Or you can get into the pocket. Like, you got options in there, so I want you to have that in your back pocket.
Life expectancy shortened.
They're playing that nicely. All right, so here's something you need to be aware of. All right, so you spawn here. You got a guy dead. The rook is up on their side of the map, and he's about to die. And you're starting to fight this long haul guy.
Yeah.
What part of the map do you guys have no eyes or comms on right now?
Sword side.
Sword side. So you guys have these guys dead. We need to be able to push up here into long and green, but we can't get too far ahead that we're out of the fight or that we just get killed. Like, we got to get our team spawned in here. And so we need to stay alive while still getting space. So I need you to look at green hall here or look at training so that you can get your teammates spawned in, you can get some space.
Okay. So yeah, so in that situation, like, I wasn't really sure. I remember this, and I remember seeing that they both died.
Yep.
I wasn't really sure if I should have kind of sat back and just looked somewhere else, or if I needed to keep pushing forward, or like if I just sat BR but like looked towards sword and training. Is that like an okay play? Just wait for my teammates to get off spawn?
I go right here all the time. If I'm waiting for teammates,
Okay.
I go up on these lockers. You know that they're gonna push. So if he pushes you short on green, you're up above. You should be able to get at least a shot or two into him before he's able to correct. You can drop down and like, you got a lot of options from here. If they're pushing you on training or sword, you can duck into green. I want you to be able to push up and get space for your team, but you can't get so far ahead that you're not helping them off spawn. Because what's going to happen is you push onto their side with your teammate. You leave your teammates in a 2v4 on your side of the map. You guys grab the flag, but then they run yours, kill you guys, and score it. So you need to get the space. Like, you don't want to let them just uncontested walk all the way up, but you don't want to get that far up. So I would make a play like that. You can get up here and stall on you can get here and stall on the lockers. You got your teammate in long haul, and if someone starts shooting him, by all means turn around and help him. But like, he shouldn't be pushing out either. Get your teammates spawned in and then make the push. Because in this kind of a position, they can't just rain shots down on you guys off spawn. Like, they got to be aware that you guys are chilling here. And if they start to rain down those shots, you can always just push over their side and get behind them. By all means, that would be a perfectly fine play there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And that's exactly what would have happened there. That's why it's important to be aware of lanes on the map and think about which ones can I push out. And if they've double or triple stacked a lane, like, you don't need to be like the hero who's gonna stop a triple stack. Just push a different lane or prevent a different lane. And so, like, in that kind of a situation, we can easily, your guys on the other side of the map, you can easily get into like right here, and then you're at least gonna contest green, training, and sword. They can't push any of those lanes without you contesting them. I want you to win that fight, but I don't want you to like dedicate all to it. If 3 people run out training here, though, like, you need to get the fuck out of there. Like, that's not a fight that you need to be taking. And that's why any situation is going to be different, because depending upon, you know, how this guy comes out in green, is it 1, 2, 3, or 4, and how many people are alive on your team, there's going to be a different response to it. But if your natural thought is, I'm waiting for my teammates to spawn in and I'm going to prevent this lane, then that's what we're going to stick to, and that's what I want you to learn how to do there.
Okay.
5 minutes remaining.
It's nice. All of this is nice. All of this is very nice. Shoot that. Thank you. All right, the only thing different that I would do there, that kill right there was huge, because now you have the momentum on your side that this guy can't run it. If your guy didn't get that kill there, you're going to be a little bit behind this, that if he gets it into long haul, he's going to be able to... Jason.
I'm muted.
Oh, shoot. Okay, you're good. So right here, if he starts to run this flag, you're only gonna be able to put a couple shots in him, and then you got to go either through training or through green, and then get shots into his back and hope that he's not, having any spawners. But this is really good because now you've cornered him, and you're kind of boxing with him. Like your teammate's got one position, you've got another one. You're kind of trying, like you kind of got a triangle going in on this guy, and you're gonna get him. Wonderful. I don't think you need to go all the way forward past your training or your green box here.
Okay.
Because he's gonna have people pushing that along, and we just know that there's gonna be nades thrown right here. So like, let's just chill back. You've got other teammates who are pushing behind him. So if we can get it up, up here, or into green, so that we have an escape and we can push out another lane, I want you to think about 2 steps forward. That once you get this kill, you guys need to push. And if all 4 of you are in long haul, that's not going to be a real good push through there. We need another lane. So if we chill back, we don't need to go up and punch him in the face. Just chill back here. I think that plays out a little bit better for you. And then don't reload in front of him. The push there, though, off the spawn was beautiful. It was wonderful.
Power items have arrived.
Yes, no.
Exclamatory excitement.
Oh, good lord. Okay, that wasn't oh good lording you. I'm good lording how that all plays out. Okay, so right here, OS is coming up. What did I want you to do here?
I mean, I was ratting here. My intention over here is to rat here and
Yes.
then watch our runway.
Yeah.
And then I just see this guy and I just lock into him for some reason.
Yeah. So, and you're also exposed to the guy on your first. So this whole fight here, this is just being aware of angles.
I should have died here.
Yeah. I also much rather would have just had you just sit here in the corner and wait, and yeah, like try to pummel that guy in the back or shoot him with the green gun. I'm okay with this rat here. Just that lock there, and I want you to, and this is where like the passive and active thinking comes in. I want you to passively be able to see where these angles are on the map, because right here where you could take this fight, the 90's blocking first. He can't get help. But because you take 2 steps forward, now you're taking shots from the other guy on your first right now.
Yep.
It's the same exact angles. Your screen looks a little bit bigger because you don't have a wall next to you, but you don't need all that angle there. So that's just that. And then I love that you grab the green gun. You're trying to play over here for that guy, and somehow this dude just walks up the line. I was more pointing out the angle there that you were taking all the extra damage.
Yep.
Nice. All right, so how could we have played this better? So for the most part, I liked what you were doing because you had a guy in your green, but he died, which makes it so that this run is possible. So right when he dies, at this point, you guys got to prevent them from getting into your side. You're doing really good shots here. But then once they pick this back up, this thought needs to stop. If someone's going to come up behind you, they're going to come up behind you. We got to focus on this flag guy here. If
I think I just need to pay attention to the bubbles around the edge of my screen. I think I was just seeing if there was a teammate behind me.
Because in that time he's able to get this up. You've got a nice angle here, And there's really not a whole lot of options you can give here without like channeling your Royal 2 and flying over to your training and not missing a single shot. But like you're trying to put these shots in these guys. We need to be focused on the flag guy. And this is where like I would take a different angle. If I peek out and I'm getting shot from other people, I might drop down below, try to cut the angles to the different guys who are shooting at you to try to hone in on flag guy. But like without other people on your team helping you, this is a losing fight. And I like the angle change there where you swapped over. I mean, you're doing your best here. You're fighting 3 people and your teammates aren't able to do anything. Your teammates should have been going training. That's so now what needs to happen? One, you need to live there. You need to clear out this guy. That's a dead flag. You need to just kill this guy. You need to get your shields back, kill that guy, and get ready for the next push. And that's what I need you to recognize there. That's gone. They got it out. Your team's all on your side because they made they made their choices. You played that really well from the top tower, but you got to stay alive there so that they can't get a counter cap, and that guy needs to die. Because right now, if you're alive and you're pushing up towards green, like they have a guy down on their flag, another guy dead. This guy, in order to score, has to get out of position, out of the fight. So like take that time to kill somebody and then get up.
Enemy captured your flag.
All right, what other lane can we push out here?
Green.
Yeah, you're gonna start to see this. You're gonna start to just the same way that all of you guys when we play like recharge are able to get into the different positions and get a nice line and a nice hold on the map. You're going to get it down that we should stop pushing behind our teammates all the time, especially on this long haul. This is just a nade frenzy. It's literally just who's throwing the most nades through there. When we could flank out around, pop this guy so he can't sit in that corner. This guy has no escape. Like there's other things that we can do there.
Yeah.
And you do it, but you throw those grenades first. So like there's.
Yeah, it's too slow.
Okay, and then right here. So we've already talked about when you challenge too many people, but once this second guy shows up on your screen, what should you do?
How can they like bounce a nade off that corner?
Is that a guaranteed one? Is he going to be a guaranteed no shield?
So sorry, like when the first guy shows up or when 2 more show up in front of me?
When the second guy shows up and I'm kind of going off basically this frame.
I should hug that left wall to block out the angle from the further guy.
But what's your objective? Like, let's be real here. What's going to happen?
Oh, like I'm dead.
Yeah. Okay. So what's the best outcome we can have here?
Just melee him?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
When that guy gets there, you run at him and pummel in the face. Shout out to Rhino. Because if you do that, then he's one shot. He really can't. He really can't push with his team. That's what I want you to be able to see there. Instead of backing up, because now each of those guys, all 3 of those guys have 1 or 2 shots into him. They're not half shield. They can keep pushing. But when you get into that situation, the push was good. Challenging the first guy was okay. I think you were landing your shots. He wasn't landing all that many on you. But once you see that second guy, it's just pummel time. Like you gotta pummel him, make the most out of it, so that he can't be in the fight without getting killed.
Yeah.
And they're corralled there. So like that other guy, he's one shot now. The guy you pummeled is one shot. They're all just sitting there. That's just easy for your team to be able to push up there. And we got to be honest with like the situations that we get into of like what's gonna happen. Big streamer moment.
Power weapons.
Used here, aren't we?
Yeah, I am.
So you had the right thought process here. They've got, so you spawn in. I don't like how you're having to chase after this guy. We got grenades that we could throw at him. But right here, our team is all on our flag getting pushed in. So throwing the nades there. I can see the highlights, so that's why I know to throw that nade there.
I'll be honest. I had no idea there were 3 of them there. I thought maybe one.
Oh yeah, no, there's no way unless you get a call to know that there's 3 there. So knowing that your teammates dying there, like just hanging out here, and then starting to push out, but again trying to go towards green box.
Yeah.
I mean, you play this nice where you're trying to get shots on this guy. You see that guy lift. I don't know what else to do without team comms. I guess there is one little spot you can go to. This is my reset spot right here. Going up on top of this needler.
This one.
There are a lot of times where I'm frustrated with myself or how people are playing, and I'll just go to the spot here and wait for a pick to happen or wait for a push. You can get a back smack on them, but you can kind of just set up here and help out. That's another idea. But without having team comms here to know that there's 3 people pushing your tower, not a whole lot you can do here. Well, I have to explore for a second. Epic, do you know if you can hit this snipe anymore? Still?
I don't know.
I haven't seen it since Halo Reach, so I'm just there was a really cheeky angle that you can actually go to this window right here and you can hit their top tower, which is why I paused it there because I knew that they could.
I don't go in sword that much, especially with the sniper.
Yeah, I was crouching there to get behind that wall. Realized that there was that one opportunity to shoot there.
I've played this map for 12 years, so there's just things that I remember of. Oh yeah, there's.
I remember doing that in Halo 3, but I haven't even tried in Infinite.
Interesting. I'll have to go in there. And it wasn't a jump shot either. It was just standing there.
The enemy carrier has.
Nice. This is a good push.
Enemy captured your flag.
Oh, he's the guy who sniped you.
Enemy captured your flag.
There's a lot of chaos going down here. So similar to like before. Okay, so this guy gets that flag and it drops down in there. The push you're making, I'm okay with. I like it. I probably would have gone to this jump box right here and got shot from the guy behind you. I'm not sure if he gets calmed or not. Your push in there makes sense. I would have gone up above the plat because I got help from my teammates.
Right.
I know there's nobody on their top snipe, so I'm just trying to cut the angles of like where they could be hiding at. And this is one of those times where like going plat just off what's on your screen is gonna sort of make sense to me. But then this guy's gonna snipe you, try to, and then you playing this angle. Great. There's a lot of chaos going on right here. So similar to before, like we gotta start to control some variables here. So off this spawn, I got a teammate desperating. I've got rockets, heat wave, OS, sniper all in play. We got to get some control over something here. So,
okay, yeah.
So going here, I'm gonna stop. Let's get some intel for our team because the guy sniped you from their side on tower, and he could potentially still be there. So like, let's not chow that guy. We got teammates up there. We can play for a position here. Wait for a pick to happen or help the lanes and then play for one. Like that's the part where I want to make it clear. Like the playing the position is not, hey, Pineapple only talks about long and green. Like we have to, everybody get to long and green, like no matter what's going on the map. Playing your position sometimes is going to have to be, I'm right where I'm at and I gotta make the most of this. So like, let's control this area. Let's control sword. Maybe even go on to their side of sword right now, and let's get the pick. Let's play for something here. You gotta control something at some point. And I'm only saying sword there because you're like right next to it, and I know I keep telling people, hey, don't go sword, don't go hang out there, and sound like a hypocrite. But like, when you spawn there, if we can control something to get some angles for our team, like, let's do it. And let's push up here and understand the outcomes that are gonna happen. If I'm hanging out in sword, I'm gonna potentially be blocking this spawn here, so they're gonna spawn behind them on that closet. So it's very important we get a pick and we get off of here as quickly as possible. But we can still, like, if everybody's alive, there's no spawner, so we don't need to be worried about where they're spawning at. So we can play from here, play for that first pick, and then run over there. Or, you know, you can go your training originally. Like, there's just like playing in this area without the hopes of getting onto their side is, I think, what I want you to see. We're on our side. We're gonna own this lane. We're gonna own this area, and then we're gonna push up. Your team is desperating this flag, which is crazy to me, but like, we could do something there. And the fact that you guys are spawning on this side of the map just tells me that, like, you guys, you're over here. Your team is not. You're not gonna be able to get this. Nice. No, look at training. Yes, look at training. Keep looking at training. We gotta stop throwing grenades as like a first response. You have the thought process here of like, okay, we're gonna go here, because think about where this guy's at. If there's someone behind him, I guess you're gonna body block for him, but like, that's still like a super desperate play. Look at the other lanes there. He can drop the flag and keep fighting. He can pick up that shield, throw it behind him. You had the right thought here of looking towards training. You gotta trust that your teammate's gonna be able to get that. Look towards training. Also, just trying to be like everywhere at the same time. Play from green, play from needle pit, one of the two. Like, they're both good positions here. We don't need to run at them. So like, that guy's there. You throw that grenade. You don't know that the second guy's there. I know that.
Yeah.
You just keep getting caught off guard, like out in the open. And that's something I'm hoping you're gonna be able to see here and start changing. Do. So thought process here is we guys just stay alive. So this lift, I don't like lifting here just because you're vulnerable in air, but like, okay, you get up here, you live, you get off of that guy, great, that guy's dead now. You were super scrappy there. And you had the right targeting. You had the right priorities there.
The enemy carrier has.
Now you know which one to look at first. Let's go. Oh, he's. I love this. They're gonna score this, but I love the movement here. I love the movement, the fighting here. Let's go. So we're constantly pushing forward, putting shots into guys. You gotta kill that guy because he's gonna challenge you. But you take the nice angles here that guy, okay, for some reason he backs off. But like, look at how you keep looking back to fight him, but you keep pushing forward. I love that. Let's go. You had the right amount of aggression there. Just unfortunately.
Defeat.
There, a lot of your deaths, a lot of them that we were seeing there is you getting caught off in a bad angle because you just took a bad fight. Like I said before, when we have multiple people on our screen, let's respect them and back down, get a different angle. And on other ones, let's just stop trying to be everywhere on the map at once. Let's play the position that we've got and make those pushes and play towards our team. At the end of the day, you can come up with whatever strategies you want and like where to push and where to play from. But if it doesn't involve your team, it's not gonna work. So even if your team's doing the wrong things, but you're running together, you're probably going to have more success than if you're running by yourself and letting them do the wrong things. So if your team is running sword the whole game, go towards green and training. If your team is going long haul and green's still going to work. Green's going to work most of the time on this one, but just paying attention to like how you're pushing up there and then just waiting for teammates to be able to push. You're getting it there, and there's moments where I can see the gears turning there. Yeah,
maybe I should get more reps in, like you said. Then it'll become more natural and
more reps and just paying attention to like not just throwing yourself out there and dying. There's a lot of those ones out there that you took a fight when you're already 2-3 shots down. Those would have been a lot different if you didn't. Any questions from anybody? Any other thoughts, feedback? Big epic backed out is.
Yeah, I think he had.
Oh, he's got
D&D as
D&D.
well.
Okay. I'm gonna end it there then.